my case, like basically what I do is like I help small business owners to medium business owners to coaches to infopreneurs, all these people who are generally very good offline, but they're struggling to find the right people online. They're not being able to attract the right audience in their world, and they're not being able to get the sales online. So it's like all about how do you attract the clients so that they come to you. You don't go up to them. This is for attraction marketing, where it's like you put out something, put something out there where people actually they come to you rather than you going to them, and you're selling it without actually selling it because they're coming to you. So how do you create this kind of a system? How do you create this kind of a what are the strategies you can use to bring them into your world, and then how do you keep on developing and building this list without using any tools, without using any any complications, and so that entire process of how do you go about it, how do you attract them, how do you craft a compelling offer, how do you sell it to them. So I have a very simple 3-step system which I use and which I show to all my clients how they go about it. So I'm going to I'm going to give you a quick brief up on what that is. You can use it in your own system as well. And this is based on so just a quick backstory on myself. So when I first started off, I started off in the online world. I used to run paid ads. Okay, that's how I started off, because what I understood, what I got to know, from different sources, that ads is the best way to grow, especially if you do not have a following, and when you're just starting out, ads is the best way to go, because that will give you fast number of followers, and you'll get sales fast. So that's where I started off. I started investing in ads, and I was not an experienced marketer, and I did not have a good funnel. By funnel, I mean anything, it's a gateway through which a customer is being passed through to reach onto your sales. So all those were not strong enough. So I kept on running ads, and I did not have the experience to understand that what is a funnel and how does it work. I just had a simple webinar registration page. Someone clicked on the ad and they just come to the webinar registration page, which was half built, and there was like very low attendees in my webinar. And towards the end, as the standard conversion rate is 1% to 3% for cold traffic. So if 10 people attend my webinar, there is like only one at most can buy. So I was going through that struggle a lot. I was like spending money on ads because people kept on telling me that do it, keep on doing it, don't give up, and I kept on doing it like for months. And eventually I ended up losing almost 2 lakhs, and I did not gain much out of it. So I had to stop it, because I knew that that is not the way I should be going, because that is not working for me, no matter what anybody says. So when that happened, then I started having a shift that why not, because previously when I started off in my coaching business as a relationship coach, so I earned around $5,000 in 3 weeks just by, interacting with people. So I thought I think that is where my strength lies. Why don't I cultivate that? And ads can come later also, right? So I'm going to also tell you what are the different stages you can use specifically if you're starting as a solopreneur, like how, because there is always this battle going on, right? Should I invest in ads, or should I use social media? Should I go for organic? So there are so many strategies out there, and we get so overwhelmed. And that was the same problem I was going through. I was not being able to understand that what is the right strategy you can use to get things to work, right? So what happened in my case was a lot of money loss. Okay, I invested in a lot of coaches, and I had to bear that because I wanted to know the truth. Like for me, it was very important that I know the truth. And I think we all, at the end of the day, we seek for the truth. Like there will be a lot of people who will be doing a lot of marketing gimmicks, telling you this is good. They will put a smile on their face, and they will connect you, and you will invest in them. But eventually things will not work for you, because maybe you're not meant for that. You're not meant for that at that point of time. And this is something which no marketer talks about, which is something which nobody talks about. And that's where I also went in and, kept on investing in different coaches, and it went on endless. And I was thinking what is the solution? And then I went back to my core. I really asked myself that what is the real way which can work for people in my situation where I was, and how can it help others also in a similar situation? And then this thing came out, I had already done this before. Why am I trying to reinvent the wheel? Let me use my strength. And that's where it came, this idea of, attraction marketing came into play. And I started reading books, and then I understood that, okay, the power of attraction marketing is huge. There are a lot of people I know in the industry who are not spending a single dime on ads, and they're still doing it really good. They still do not have any tool. Some of them have websites now, but most of them do not have any tools. They're just using simple Facebook groups, and they are earning like anything. So that's the thing. And also that's through their coaching business, right? So what I'm going to talk about, with the permission, I'm going to show you the 3 steps which you can use, the 3 essential things which you need to do every day. And how does the model work? How do you actually make it happen to get people into your world? And how do you actually use the power of attraction marketing in your world? Okay. So if you guys are ready, just type in Y. I just want to see how many of you are ready. Okay. All right. So, all right. I see. Yes. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Seema, Sridevi, uh, Sakshi. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So the thing is that if you look at it in a broader sense, like when people start business, right? When anybody starts business, even coaching is a business, everything is a business, any kind of transaction is a business. And of course, transaction is an exchange of trust. It's more than money, it's exchange of trust. I'm giving my money to you means I'm trusting you enough that you will give me the value of the time and the resources I'm giving you. So that's the thing. So when it comes to any business, right? You have to understand first that whenever any business starts, if there is, say, in the offline world, you open a store, or you start a new service, right? How do you reach people? Like, either you hire someone who goes out and gives out pamphlets to different people, right? Or you put up a board somewhere, a billboard, when people will see, okay? Or you give ads in newspapers, right? So where people will see, right? Now there are basically two types of two ways by which you can bring people into. One is interruption based and one is surge based. So interruption based is like, giving them an ad, like in TV, they see an ad, or in newspaper, they're interrupted with what they're doing by an ad. That's interruption based, right? That is generally paid advertising, where you have to pay. And another one is like the search based advertising, okay, where people just come across you. And this form of advertising works much better. I mean, it's not advertising. I mean, just saying the word advertising, but it's more of like search based. The way people find you out is either because they're going about their day and you interfere them, like a salesman comes in front of you, hey, you want to buy this? Another way is like they want it and they are going in search for it, right? And they are looking for it. Or maybe they are, they are coming across different things, which is making them realize that I need this. Like they are coming to a self-realization. And that is the best way to win people over and to bring them in your world, to give them a realization from within that they need it. Like instead of you pushing them and like trying to make them trying to make them believe that, they need it, right? You're giving them this understanding that you're educating them that they need this. That's the essential part. So everything about attraction marketing is all about educating people so that they get aware of the importance of what you have to offer. And once they get educated about you, and once they start looking up to you as a source of authority and credibility, they will start coming to you, and they would just come to you on their own. Like they will reach out to you. They would say like, I want to work with you. Can you help me? And that's how it goes, right? And then you can bring them in your world. Now, initially when you start up, it will take some time, but as you keep on building it, it just happens like a snowball effect. It just keeps on happening. It just happens really fast when it starts happening, okay? So when it comes to the three-step framework, okay, basically for attraction marketing to work, you basically need three things, okay? You need an audience, okay? You need to have some sort of value offering, okay? And you need to have the ability to sell. You need to have the ability to offer, okay? Make an offering, right? And fundamentally what happens is, most of us in the online world, we are told either like you create a product first, right? And then you try to sell it. Or they say like, you create a product, you run an ad to it and whatever, like you get them to sell, right? But the real way is basically, if you do that, right, it was working well before. But right now in 2020, the trust levels have come really low because everybody is like, everybody knows what's behind the deal. Like if you're running a paid ads, right? If you're running paid ads, it's sponsored or whatever it is, and you're telling them, hey, come to my free event. It's a 1 day, it's a webinar, or it's like a 5-day challenge. Everyone knows what's the deal, right? They know that eventually they're going to sell you, and the trust, so they have a very high resistance. And right now people are not that open to give you their email ID or number as they were before, because they are basically, people are tired, and many people have gone through this phase where they have trusted somebody and their trust has been broken. So that trust level is like pretty much low right now. So the key here is to understand that humans have emotions, and you're dealing with people with emotions. You're not dealing with numbers or leads. Now what marketing normally teaches, like the digital marketers normally teach us, is that it's all about like numbers, right? Get the numbers, conversion rate out. That is important for statistics, but if you make that the center of your marketing plan, then your market will fail right now, because people, again, if you look at them like numbers, they will look at you like numbers. So the connect will never be there. So the goal of attraction marketing is all about building that connect, okay? So the first phase is building that audience. How do you build that? It's basically by being able to connect to them at a deeper level, by understanding their pain points, and also by being able to position yourself in a way so that they resonate with what you have to say. So the first essential element is in phase one is building an audience, where you need to have a very good clarity of exactly who you want to serve, how you want to serve. Now you need this again in paid traffic also, that's everywhere. But in this case, it's, you have to put it out there in a social media. You must have one-liner sentence, a particular one-liner sentence, which when a person reads, they will know exactly what is the deal, like what are you about, who are you about. Okay, so that's the first thing, like having a full-fledged clarity of as to how exactly you're going to serve them. So when people read that sentence about you, that line about you, which you put it in social media, maybe Facebook, I'm talking about that soon. If you put it on your social media, people will look at that and they will know that, yeah, this is the person who can help me. Okay, because that's the same problem they're going through. Now the key here is, when it comes to building audience, is you need to offer a lot of value. You have to go out there and you have to offer a lot of value. So as I was saying, this brings me to phase two, which is the value offering phase. What happens here is, if you look at any form of business offline, what they do, they go to places where people are hanging out who are their audience, and they basically put a hook, like they put a bait, like say I am working out, okay, I'm in a gym, and there is a recent health parlor, health restaurant which has opened up, which is only for health freaks. So it is very logical that they would bring someone who would give me a pamphlet, who would come to my gym and would give me a pamphlet, right? Because people who are working out in gyms, they would be more easily, they would more want to be a part of that. Like they would want to go to health parlors and get healthy food, right? So the goal here is, once you know who your target audience is, you have to know where exactly they're hanging out in your social media platform. Now, one key mistake I see with all of people is, like, they start with all the platforms. They want to do YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, everything. No, it doesn't work, because you need to focus on only one platform. When you start off with one platform, you build a following there. Then you ask them to, hey, you follow me in YouTube, you follow me Instagram, follow me there. Like, that's what everybody does. Like most of the coaches, like I'm currently working with a lot of international coaches, and everybody is unanimous in that one thing. Like, you start off with one platform. Don't start with multiple platforms, because that will never give you anything. You will never go anywhere, right? So you have one platform. Okay, in that one platform, you know that who are the people, you need to have the clarity, who I want to serve, how exactly you're going to position yourself. By positioning, I mean exactly when they look at you, they will know that this person is for me. Okay, so you know that you have that clarity. You need to go to those places where your dream audience is hanging out. Where are they congregating? That's the question you want to. Where is my audience congregating? Once you go there, right, then you have to give them a hook. By hook, I mean, it's like a bait or a high value content which you give them. And once they look at that, they will feel like, oh my God, this is what I wanted. Like, good, they will read you. And if they don't know you, they might not engage with you the first time. But if you keep on giving them hooks again and again, keep on offering value again and again, they will keep on coming across your posts, right? And generally, I've seen, like, after around 4 to 5 posts, generally it happens. I don't know, it's like my observation, that people start reaching out to you. They start liking it, and people will start reaching out, and they would say, hey, you know what, I really liked your post. It was very insightful. It really helped me. I would like to know more about you. I would like to connect you. And that's where you get your lead. That's your lead, because they're coming into your world, right? So you go out there, find where people are, keep on offering a lot of value to them, right? And once you offer value, they would get the benefit of that thing. I mean, so this is where your ability to create very good content comes into play, because your content is your asset, right? If you are going out there and you're putting out content, and that content doesn't hit, doesn't bring people into your world, doesn't engage people, or at least doesn't offer any of a value to the person, nobody will come. So then you're basically wasting your time. So your content has to be very good. Now, to have a good content, what do you need? You need to be very good in understanding the pain point of your audience. If you know the pain point very well, every content should be created to answer those pain points, to help them get closer to their dreamland. And when they start applying your content and they start seeing the results, even if it's a paid content which you give to your inner circle, even if you give that out, there is no problem with that, because people will, be able to get the benefit of it. Okay, you're not giving everything; you're giving the paid stuff. Even if it's paid stuff, they will get some advantage out of it. So you give a best content out there, and then people start getting advantage, and they start coming into your world. So this is how you attract people into your world, by going into places where people are. Okay, once people start coming into your world, now the phase 3 comes, is your ability to sell, your ability to craft an offer, right? So what happens is, like, we are always selling products, right? Instead of selling a product, like maybe just a jewelry piece, or maybe just a comb, or maybe just one supplement, or maybe just a coaching program, right? There is, you can amplify it by adding many elements to it. Like, for example, if you're into supplement, if you say supply supplements, you can say, hey, I'm also going to give you a free workout plan. I'm going to give you a free 1-month membership in your local gym. I'm also going to give you what else? I'm going to give you a fat burn. I'm going to give you a fat measuring, what's that device? I don't know what it's called. the fan measuring device. I don't know what it's called. I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you, along with that, I'm going to give you a lifetime discount of 20 of 40% on all the supplements you ever buy from us, right? So I'm not just giving you a supplement. I'm giving you all these things, and these things is making the value go up, right? So that's your ability to create a compelling offer, right? So when you create a very good offer, you actually don't have to sell, because the people are already attracted to you. They're already looking at your content. They're already getting the value out of it. Now they're reaching out to you and they're telling you, hey, this is something which I need. I mean, how can you help me? Like, this is good. I love this, or stuff like that. You know, they would like to say, I would like to connect with you. And all you need to do is if you just have a very good offer in place, you just tell them that I'm just giving this, and yeah, it's something which I'm giving out to people. You know, if you're interested, you can buy. You don't even have to try and sell. Like, you just tell them that this is what I have, and if they like it, they would immediately buy it. So this is how it goes. And how it happens is, like, say you go into the different worlds, like different places where people are hanging out. You start attracting them. Once they get attracted, you bring them in your world. And your world can be a Facebook group, you know, say if it's Facebook, and then you bring all the people in your Facebook group, right? And then you start building relationship with them. You do a community nurturing. As you keep on building relationship with them, they will get more warmed up to you, because already they're in your group, they're already in your world, they already think you're an authority figure. And also, as you keep on giving them content, they will connect more to you. And all you need to do in those situations is just drop your offer in the group, and it will sell by itself. Like, you just tell them, hey, you don't have to do a webinar or anything. Like, you just make a post like, hey, I'm having this offer. Do you want to buy it? Like, I'm giving, and then make a very compelling offer. There is a specific way of doing it. So once you do that, people will be like very intrigued. Like, they want to know, like, okay, what is this? Okay, I want to buy. And if you give, like, there are also copywriting strategies which are there, you know, giving a bit of urgency, you know, putting a little bit of scarcity and all those elements. If you add, people would buy it like pancakes. Like, you have to create that. And once that happens, you now are building an empire. Like, basically, people from all over the internet, they're just coming to you. They're keeping on coming to you. And many platforms, they give you suggestions. Like, they will suggest you friends, they will suggest you groups and everything. So more and more people start coming, and that's how you can build your empire, right? Now, I just said it at a very abstract level. Say if I consider just Facebook, okay? So in my case, my Facebook profile is my funnel. Like, I don't use, I have a funnel builder. I have bought funnel builders. I have my own email autoresponders. I have everything, okay? I have all the tools which I need, but I don't use any, because even I can build up a website also. I can do all of those things, but I haven't done it. I've just used my Facebook profile as my funnel. When people come in my Facebook profile, they would see all the high value posts I have. And then I have a very clear written sentence of exactly how I can help them. And then I have my cover pics and everything created with the proper graphic design, so that when they look at it, they know that what I'm about. Like, if you want, I can show you my profile also. So then what happens, they will click on the link, click on my profile picture or my...
Sayan, sorry to stop you. I think you can just show it once, maybe with the example of your profile only. It becomes more relatable. Yeah, I've already given you the co-hosting, so you can share.
Okay, I'll do that. So I'll show you my Facebook profile. Let me do that actually. Let me share my screen.
Let it be simultaneous, so that would turn better, I think.
Yeah. So
and you scroll and show some of your, you know, how you go daily, what changes you make. And also Sayan just guide how to study. You have to do a lot of thought process, and
I'll tell you all the steps in details.
Yeah.
Like, I can give the abstract. I'll just go in details for every step. So if you see, this is my Facebook profile. If you can see, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So if you see here, learn the exact formula to master influence, build a massive audience, and skyrocket your sales. And here it's like, I help you get people to buy your stuff even when you're not around. So basically, I'm helping people in getting sales without being there, without trying to sell. And this is what this line says, okay? And this thing is that I will keep on like updating this. I keep on updating this line. So what happens is, when say somebody clicks on this cover photo, okay? And then what happens, there is a link here. You see, this is a link. Now this link, it goes to a funnel. I will be changing this funnel. This is a different funnel. So instead of having a funnel, I will have my own funnel, and I will have my own Facebook group and everything, okay? So this is so what happens is, when you say go inside a group, right? and then you post something very valuable stuff, and then people look at that, and oftentimes, when you look at that, you see, you want to know more about that person because that person has posted something valuable. Just go and check out. And we have this tendency, we always go and check somebody's profile. Okay, so what happens is, if they get value from your post, even if they don't reply, they don't engage, they will at least come to your profile and they will see. And you have got exactly like 3 seconds to get people's attention when they come into your profile, right? You have to grab them by the eye. So if they're the kind of person who is struggling to build an audience, or maybe they're struggling to get sales, okay, maybe they're struggling to attract people into their work through social media. So what they will do, once they come into this profile, they will look at this, right? And so I have links placed in multiple places. I have it once they click here, they'll get the link. Here is the other place for the link. Here is another place for the link. Okay. And also, what you can do, you need to keep on adding value posts. Like this is like one value post, which I said, oh my God, crazy midnight workshop. So this is like a bait post. This is like where I say, oh my God, I'm in the crazy midnight workshop, and I just learned the secrets to 10x your reach to your dream clients and attract like a rock star. So if you see, these are like all copywriting stuff. Like secrets is a power word I use. 10x giving numbers will evoke, oh wow. And then, a rock star is a power word. So I use different elements of copywriting. That is something you need to be good at, like to be able to attract people. So when I say like, oh my God, it's a crazy night and I just learned the secrets to 10x your reach, this is a new revelation. I'm creating a hype around this. And then if you have business and you're struggling to attract high net worth clients, spending on costly tools, drop an emoji and I'll get you the top secrets I learned today. So you see, like this is what I'm doing. I'm basically creating those kind of bait posts. I also have like value posts. Like if you look at this is like a value post. Okay, this is like, know this little known secret that will get you an instant superpower to attract high value clients like a boss. And then I'm giving this entire post, right? So this is like me offering value. So what happens is, when people start looking at this, they actually start reaching out to me. They start messaging me. They start telling me like, hey, I need your help. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? Basically what you're doing is you're establishing your authority and credibility online with your posts. Like you're just using a profile, like only your profile. And so when somebody comes in your profile, they will like get all the links to your group. Or so when they click on this, if you give them a link to your group, they will join your group. Or if you give them a link to any of your landing pages, they will go there, they will sign up, and then they come into your email list. So that's how you keep on getting leads, as you keep on posting stuff, right? As you keep on offering value. So when it comes to implementing this strategy, right, there are specifically 3 elements you need, right? So I'll just stop sharing. There are specifically 3 elements which you need. You need to do 3 activities every day. You need to build an audience, you need to engage with an audience, and you need to sell to an audience. Actually, I was doing a write-up on that. So basically what it is every day you have to dedicate some time, obviously, to your own learning, or learning your own craft. If you have a craft which you want to give out, or if you're an e-commerce person who is selling something, then also, you need to have certain degree of learning, certain degree of education, which you can give to the people that they would, take and would be effective for them. For example, I got to know somebody makes lifestyle jewelry stuff for people, right? So if it's like, even if it's a jewelry stuff, you can maybe do a post on how this piece of jewelry can really change how you look. Like if you like, in what occasions you can wear this. Like, okay, stuff like, do you feel like you're making some embarrassing mistakes when it comes to coming to wearing a wardrobe to work? What is the right jewelry, or what is the right, what do you call, I don't know the thing, like what is the right thing you can wear so that you don't feel like you're embarrassed, so that you feel confident, you feel you have a high like that. You have to build stuff like that. And when you're creating content like that, for that you need obviously to take some time to build the content. So once the content is ready, that time you have to give, like for a certain amount of time. That is where your effort comes in. Okay, so once you have that content ready with the content planning done, then you can start posting that content online, right? And then, so the first thing, which is building your audience, is when you are posting this content continuously, you are having audience coming into your world. You will have people coming into your world. You would have people messaging you, and it will happen very regularly, that every day, almost every day, you would have people want to have a talk with you. They would want to have a Zoom call with you. And the good thing is that, see, it's a very good measure of how much you can actually get sales, because ultimately, see, your business will fall if you don't get sales, right? And the best and the easiest way to get sales is when you are having a one-on-one interaction. If you can't get a sale from a one-to-one interaction, then in webinar you will definitely not you will not be able to get sales, right? So that will also be a good test for you. How good are you in your selling abilities? And you can tweak, because if you are the business owner, then the essential thing which this is one thing you cannot outsource. Like you cannot ask somebody to sell for you. Or when it comes to building content also, that is one thing you have to do, because that is your stuff. Like I've seen a lot of small business owners, what they do is like they hire agencies, okay, and these agencies, they they run the ads, they build the stuff for them, but the content they ask their interns to make. Like the interns are making a content, and content is the biggest asset you have. Like online you are not around, it's your content which is bringing people. Like you're not there. Offline you are there, they're talking to you, they know you, that's fine. But online, your content is the only thing, is the only asset you have that can get you clients. And if you don't have that right, if somebody is asking interns to do it, then you understand, right, that will not get the people you want. So content is something which you have to be good at. That's the only thing. And that is again aligned to your area of expertise, your business, right? You are the best person to know about your business, you are the best person to express your expertise. So have to give that time to create the content. You have to know some specific strategies which are there to create the content. Once you create the content and then you're posting it out on the world, then people start reaching to it. This is a daily activity you have to do. So maybe what I do in my case is like I take 2 days in a week, okay, and in those 2 days I prepare around 10 to 20 pieces of content. Sometimes I do that, or sometimes in one day I create 3 pieces of content. The next day I create 2 pieces of content, and I keep on building my own content bank. In fact, I'll share my screen, I'll show you my content bank also. So I build my content bank, and what I have now is a set of content pieces which I can put out to the world. Now, this is the exact thing which happens when you're running ads. What happens is when you're running ads, you test your ads, right? There's a thing that you see the best ad wins. The ads which don't work, but there is the problem. For me, that is a threat, because I can't keep on spending money on ads. Like I already suffered. I can spend time trying to learn something, trying to figure out what works. But I can't go on spending money on ads and not even knowing what's going on, right? Because there are many elements involved. So this is the advantage you're getting. So if you're finding, so if you will have a content bank, and then you give out the content bank, and then you will see some content will get huge engagement. Some pieces of content will attract a lot of people, right? And those are the winner contents. Those are the content which you got to keep in a separate place. And those are the ready to go content. Whenever you go into a new group, or you go into maybe it's in a different platform also, you know that this content has worked. This content has attracted people. This will work every time. And that's what everybody does. What they do is like they have a lot of content pieces, okay? And they keep a reservoir of only those winner content pieces. This is the best content pieces. And generally they start pushing out these form of content just before they are about to make a sale or make an offer. So they keep on pushing this content. This is like a button. You just put it out there and you start getting people. So that's where the only effort comes in, where you have to pick out the right content. And I'll give you a shortcut also to do this. You can go to any, say in Facebook, you can go to any Facebook group, okay? And once you go to any Facebook group, you will see that, there will be some pieces of content which is getting a huge engagement, right? And those are the pieces of content you got to pick up. Now, once you get that content, you obviously cannot copy paste that. What you have to do, you have to be able to model that content in a way which makes it like yours. You have to add your own element to it. So it's like you take that piece of content, and then once you take that piece of content, you put it in a Word doc, and then you see what it is talking about. And again, it's relevant to your area. Then you put in your own experience, your own flavor on top of it. And because you know that content has worked, you have to do the exact same thing what that content has done, right? And that content will work for you as well, right? And that happens every time. So this is one easy shortcut hack. You can go in any Facebook page. In fact, I'll give you one. I'll give you even a better thing. I'll give you a resource. I'll give you a link. See, in any Facebook group, there will always be something called visual storytellers. Okay. So actually, let me show it to you. Let me share the screen. How you can actually do that. Like this is one good tip you can use right away. So let me do that. Let me share my screen once again. So for example, if you can see my screen, say I go to one of these groups, like for example, ClickFunnels is a group. Okay, I go here. Now let me get in here. Let me see if I have the link. Visual storyteller. Wait, let me just get that link out because I did not have this ready. I thought like now it just came in my mind. I just show you, and I'll share you the link also. Like you can just, what that link will do. That link will basically pick out the best content writers in that group. And you can search by that content writer and you will get all the best content of that person, and you can just use it in your own content. So let me just take it out. Okay, just taking this out. So as I take it out, so what happens is when you are going out there and you are getting the content, which is, which you can use, which has already worked, you basically now start taking those content and you start putting them in. You put a separate, create a separate, what do you call, a separate resource. In fact, I'll show you how I do that also. Like I use a tool called Evernote where I have all my content stacked, right? Every content I have stacked, I just copy it and paste it in different areas. I don't even have to write anymore because I know that these are the piece of content which has always got me results, right? Okay, so let me just take this out. Give me a sec. Just search for it. Give me a second. Huh? I'm just searching for that. So in the meantime, you guys can type in your questions, like good use of time. Yeah, got it. All right. So I'll share this link with you also. You guys can just use this. I'll show you how I'm using it. Okay. So let me go back to that screen. All right. If you see here, this is the group name. Okay. So I just have to do, I copy paste this link over here and I press enter. Okay. Now once I press enter, you see I'll get something called visual storytellers. These are the people who have contributed the maximum. These are like the visual storytellers. Now, what I do is like I basically go and check for any one of the profiles. So this takes a bit of time, but once you get it, like you just know that you've got everything ready because this is like proven, like this is market proven stuff which works. You don't have to do any second guessing. Like if you feel like, oh my God, where will I get my content? I'm not that experienced. I'm not that good. Like how can I actually go and get my right kind of content, right? Where do I get it, right? So that is the thing. You have to go, and then when you do this, you will start finding this. So let me pick up any one of these, okay? Let me see any one of these. So let me just pick up this guy, Akbar Sheikh, for example. Okay, let me pick him up. And then I go inside the group and I search for this guy, okay? Once I do this, I'll get all the posts that guy has made. Now, if you see, you have to look for the highest engagement, like the posts which are high engagement and which are relevant to you. So this one has 39 comments, 159 people has likes, okay? So like this, let me go 70 comments, 107 comments. So for example, let's see this. This one has got 107 comments, 763 likes. So this post definitely has touched people in some way, right? Now this might be a value post. So there are different forms of posts. One form of post is where you're making a post to offer some value, like they learn something, like you tell them how to, or the 9 secrets, or the top 7 tips. Or there can be some which associate emotionally, which like make people feel emotional. You know, they connect to, they give a deeper understanding about something. So I think this one is more about that. So let me just see what this post is about. Okay, let's go. Okay, it's loading up. It's taking some time. Okay, Facebook is very nice. You just check. Yeah, got it. So you see, oh no, it's gone. Okay, yes. Okay, at least this page has got it. Okay, you see, like this one has got this picture. He talks about Tony Robbins. Now, what you can do, so for example, here he says like a few months ago, Tony Robbins was slandered and hated on a global witch hunt. Today, he's being praised and worldwide as a gift from God. Blah blah blah. Today, everyone and their mother is saying Tony is the best. What's the lesson here? Anytime anyone is doing good, they get hate because the devil hates good and makes up lies to try to stop people from doing good. So maybe this is the core message of his post. And then you can take some example from your life which had similar thing, like somebody accused them of being really bad and then they became really good later on. And this is what we call polarizing posts. Like this is the kind of post where you are establishing a fact, you're like creating a hatred towards some people and love towards some people. That creates a strong bond with people, right? So people who are really good fan of yours, like people who will connect to you, they will really engage with you. Okay. So for example, like, so if he's writing like stuff like, so you can say something like, a few months ago I met this friend of mine, and I mean, it has to be real, like you just can't make it up, but you have to come up with something which happened in your real life, and then you have to put what is the context he's speaking about. He's speaking about this context that when anytime anyone is doing good, they get hate, because the devil hates good and makes up lies to try to stop people from doing good. This is the underlying message, and he's doing that using a story, and the story is about Tony Robbins. So this is the structure. He's using a story about a personality called Tony Robbins, and then he's talking about his case, like his scenario, what happened to him, and then from that what he learned, and then from that what we learned, right? So you see, this is his pattern. So you can use the same pattern, like this. I've got a lot of patterns, dismantled for myself. I've got it. So I'll show you that also. So what happens is, like, they take up this individual patterns, right? And then you can start forming, and this pattern has worked. This pattern has worked because people have replied to it, 763 likes, right? The best way to know that what content works is to see what is already working and not waste your time trying to recreate stuff, right? So you can do that. So this is like the hack, the content hack, which you can use to create your own content. So like this, it can save you a hell lot of time. Okay. In fact, let me do one thing. Let me do one thing. Let me also show you my own content bank, which I've prepared, and that will give you an idea how you can create your own content bank. Okay. That's very essential. Okay. So let me share the other screen. Give me a sec. So actually I was preparing a write-up today only, and I'm going to be posting it in multiple places. So let me just share my screen. All right. If you see here, this is a tool called Evernote. I'm sure many of you already know about it. So what I do here is, like, see, I have my notebooks. Okay. I take notes, I keep it here. And so these are like, so for example, I take social media posts which I like. Okay. I keep a swipe about it. Like anything which I like to some extent, which I feel like is worthy for my time, I keep it. So for example, here I've got around 50. Like I have all these sort of social media posts which I liked. Okay. So when I see this kind of anything which I see like has got some engagement, I immediately put it, because I'm always on the lookout of what is the best thing out there. What is it people are responding to. Now, once I've got it, now I create my own rough copy. So if you see here, my social media post draft, this is a notebook I've created. I have around 77 of these. These are like something I haven't used yet, but I can use it right away. So this is like, I'm more into influence creation. Like how do you use persuasion and influence to get people into your world and all this stuff. I'm very much into that. So I make a lot of content around it, right? So I've got some points on that. So anything I learn, like say I learned something, right? I try to see, okay, whatever I've learned, what pain point does this learning solve? And then I immediately map it into a content. Anything I learn every day, whatever I learn, that has to map to some pain point. If it's not mapping to a pain point, I don't learn it. I don't waste my time learning it, right? So like this, when I start learning, I start creating this type of, I keep on creating such kind of, like suddenly I have ideas, different innovative ideas, like how I can post, what I can post, like that. So I prepare this, and then finally I've got the next notebook, which is the final set of social media posts which I send out. So if I can go there. So this one, there's 59 of the ready to go content. I can just copy this and paste it in different media, social media. Like I've been building this, right? And the good thing is that I don't need to keep on building this. I have just created it once, and I can retweak it. Like, you know what, if in any group you post one content, people will generally forget that content within 3 weeks, 2 weeks. They will not remember. So after 3 weeks, you can post the same content and with a different wording, not exactly word to word, but because there are many people who won't see your content. If you are posting in any group, there will be many people who won't see your content, right? But because that content has worked, you can retweak it, reword it, and then again post it, and again you can get response. So you see, like, this thing doesn't need any money. This thing only needs time and brain. That's it. And if you can do that, this is exactly how I got around $3,700 of sales last month. Like I did nothing. I just did this. People reached out to me, and I got high ticket sales, like really high ticket sales. People are willing to pay me, and I did not have to even tell them, like, I didn't have to push them or anything. They just wanted to work because they wanted to know that what makes it work, right? So this is the exact same strategy you can use. Like you can create content like this. You can take from different groups. Like there are a lot of other strategies out there, and I'm always researching. This is what I'm doing every time, every day. So there are many stuff out there. Like this is one of the best strategies you can use. Go to different groups, get out the visual storyteller. So I will send the link to you in the chat. You can use that link. So what happens is, just after the group name, just copy and paste this piece of link. I mean, this piece of text. Okay. So let me just send it to you in the chat. Right. So this will give you a list of all the visual storytellers. Okay. In fact, if you have time, I'll show you how one very good way to reach to your audience. If you want to see it, like type in yes. If you want to see, I'll show it to you. Like how do you start getting prospects for your own stuff? Okay.
Yes.
So, okay. If you're in for it, just type in yes. Awesome. Okay. So Vandana is saying yes. Okay. So let me show you how you do that as well. Okay. So for example, I'm all about influence building, ability to attract people into your world, ability to get sales. And of course, what I show is more about like both organic and paid. It works everywhere, because if you don't have the ability to write good copy, if you don't have the ability to write good content, the content, I don't mean to say just like an article. I'm seeing everything: sales page, video, podcast, every word you speak, how you interact with someone. So what happens is, like, say people will reach out to you in Messenger. If it's Facebook, people will generally reach out to you in Messenger and they'll ask you, hey, or maybe, in Telegram if it's there, or WhatsApp, wherever, people will reach out to you. How do you exactly start the conversation? How do you take that conversation to actually getting a sale, and not having an agenda like, oh, I need to get a sale? No, not that, like that. But being able to direct the conversation so that it's a
Could I
win-win.
take 1 minute to interrupt here, Sayan? I'm sorry to
Yeah,
be.
go ahead.
Like when you actually make a post on your profile, like after that, do you go to the Facebook groups and post it so that you get more engagement for the post? And do you use hashtags like in Insta? Like earlier, Facebook used to have hashtags, right? Like when I post on my page, it is a product that I'm selling. So I go to the relevant like shopping pages or a home decor page and I post that. So then I see that there is more reach for the post and engagement as well. Like when I don't share it, like sometimes I see a 300 reach for the thing, and the other day when I posted a good picture and shared it out, it was like 30,000.
Okay, yeah. So hashtag is something you can put in, definitely, because that definitely helps to further expand your reach. And also having a picture in your post definitely helps, because that grabs people's attention. So that's and preferably your picture if you can, because I've seen in my case, like the posts which have my picture, they get a lot more responses than any other form of picture. That's what I've seen.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. So let me show you exactly how you can get more people. So say, for example, this is a group, right? And in this group, what is your keywords? For example, in my case, my keyword can be influence, my keyword can be organic traffic. So if I say type in organic traffic, okay, and once I type in organic traffic, this is what I do almost daily. I type in organic traffic, and then I see who are the people who have written about organic traffic, who are responding most to organic traffic. So for example, this one, organic traffic is not so dead. I saw a comment in ClickFunnels, whatever. So this has got 61 comments. Okay, I go into this post. Everybody who has commented on this, they are my potential leads. Everybody who has liked this, they are my potential leads. All these people. So all I can do is, like, I can just go there and I can just start following these people. So let me just go in this. So all these become my leads. Like, and then what happens? You say you follow them. If you follow them, they will see, who is this person following me? They would follow you back, and that would bring them to your profile. And now your profile is already set. So they will look at your profile, and once they look at your profile, they will say, oh my God, what is this? Okay, let me see. Even if they don't go into your group, obviously first time when a person comes into profile, they will not sign in. Okay, they will not sign up, but they are in your friend list. That's the good thing. So you now start posting value stuff. You start sharing, and also there are like different forms of, you can also share your lifestyle in a very marketing way. Like for example, like you travel to one place, okay, it's a beautiful scenario, and you're with your family. You take the picture with you and your family, and you say like, 4 years back, looking 4 years back, I could never imagine that I could actually have the time and the freedom to come to this place. And now with through all the struggles I went through, then a little bit of your backstory or struggle you went through, finally I was able to do it. And then you can even give them a call to action. You can tell them like, So how many of you, would want to know the 3 secrets I used to get myself blah, 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 right? And they would like comment. And so immediately you get your leads. Immediately you get your leads, right? So for example, here, let's look at this one. So there is like 76 likes, okay? So if I click over here, I can just go to this profile, and if I can't follow them, I'll just maybe send them a friend request. So in Facebook, there's of course a limit. You cannot, I would suggest not to send more than 40 friend requests, right? 30 to 40, go for that. So, but you're still adding 30 leads every day into your profile. So with this guy, for example, I can just follow him. If I follow him, he will come in my profile and say, who's this guy who followed me, right? I can go to this person. Okay, so this person I can add as friend. So initially, say if you feel like you've reached your ad friend limit, you can just follow people. So you can go here and you can just click here, and this will just come up like this. If they've activated the follow, it will come up for them, and then you can just follow them. So like this, you're getting like how many leads? 76 plus 61. Obviously this will be inclusive. At least you're getting 50 leads, right? 50 potential leads from just this one post. Like this, if you go to, if you take your time every day. So what I said, every day you have to have 3 things: build, engage, and sell. Selling you can't do every day. Selling you can do twice a week. So you can use this as a metric for yourself. Like how many people did I add to my profile today? How many times did I place an offer to sell them? How many times did they buy? And this will give you a measure of how you're performing online. And if you have to do this every day. And I would say, like most people would say, I want to do it automated. Automated will work only after you have a degree of experience as a marketer. Like any form of business you do, you have to be a marketer, right? And if you do not have the experience of, being the marketer, who knows what kind of funnel will convert, what kind of ads will convert. Even before releasing the ad, you should have an idea. Okay, this ad should approximately work like this. Let's see. But I bet this is going to work. That requires experience. And you can get that experience either by spending money on ads, right? Or you can take that experience by spending time and writing content. Now, again, if you're writing ads also, right? If you're writing ads also, you still need to know how to create a good compelling content. So why not learn this way? Why not let people teach you? Why not let your market teach you, right? So this is one very essential element. So you build an audience, you engage with them with your content, and then you sell them with your offer. These are the 3 essential elements you need to have. And so, I'll tell you one more thing. Basically, we are all very overwhelmed with whatever we know, right? We are like being told so many things. The fundamental thing is keeping things simple and getting your sales. Keeping things simple, getting your sales, and keep on repeating that process, getting really good at what you are. And then once you are getting sales from your organic traffic, outsource and get someone who is a specialist. Like don't waste time. I would say, like, don't waste time trying to build your own funnel. Why? If you want to have a knowledge on funnel, great. If you want to be a funnel expert, great, do it. But if you want to say a life coach, say you teach about overcoming limiting beliefs, or you are a trauma coach, right? Your job is not to build a funnel. Your job is to help your clients overcome their trauma, right? And then this is a huge dilemma among everyone. Like they think like, okay, should I like focus on my coaching skills, on what I'm good at, or should I just like, should I focus on marketing? And then there's always this diversion happening. And not to forget, like everybody's saying different approaches for marketing. But the goal is you need just 3 things. You need an audience, you need a good offer to sell, and you need to have the ability to sell. That's it. And once you have this, right, and you can do all of this without spending a single penny on anything, right? You just need the skills to do it. You just need the skills of influencing people authentically so that they come into you. Once you do this, then you're getting like, revenue every month, right? Because your leads are going to come in. It's going to happen, right? And then you can put that money back in a business and hire a specialist to build a funnel or to build your, I won't say build a website, because website is the last thing I would build, but funnel, which gets you sales. Because ultimately, see, this is the raw truth. You need money to get your business running. You don't have money, your business will not run. It's just a passion or a time pass, right? If you're serious about it, you need that. So this is the element, okay? So now I'm going to tell you this. There are basically 3 stages, right? Which people get into. So when we are starting out, so first of all, there are 3 stages. Let me talk about that first. So the 3 stages are like when you're starting out first, okay? You have to first focus on having a very good clarity, extremely good clarity on who you want to serve, how you want to serve, what is their exact pain point, and your positioning, because everything you create will be built around that. Your content will be built around your positioning. If you are someone who say helps people working in 9 to 5 to start something on their own, right? To start their online business, that would be a completely different approach. That would be a completely different messaging. and combine, I mean, and what says, hey, if you want to help entrepreneurs, like aspiring coaches who wants to start something online, you want to help them. Completely different messaging. Because for 9 to 5 people, it's more about emotions. It's like you're stuck in your life, you want to get out of it, you want freedom. Are you not sick and tired of this low salary, this not getting, like hitting all those pain points, like not having the opportunity, depending on your boss to travel the world. That will be the messaging for 9 to 5 people. For entrepreneurs, like for aspiring coaches who want to starting the online business, for them the messaging is different. It will be like, are you sick and tired of not having clients? Are you sick and tired of working with the long clients? Are you sick and tired of just getting clients through referrals from your friends and family? Like, do you want to know how exactly can you get on clients on autopilot mode every week, every month, so that your business will always flourish? You see, the messaging is completely different. So you have to know very well which is the segment of the audience you're targeting. Then your messaging will change, and around that messaging, every pain point you have will be around that messaging, will be around that foundation pillar. So then around that pain point, you start creating content. So this is phase one, like having that clarity, right? This is phase one. Phase two is ability to get people into your wall, attract people into your wall, and start engaging people, right? And being able to sell them organically. Like, it's like your ability to attract people into your world, right? Once you know where you can find your people, go out there, find them, attract them. Once you find them, how do you get the sales? How do you get the high ticket sales? Okay. Once you do that, now you are at level 2. Now you know that, okay, I can do all this and I'm good at this. Then the level 3 comes when you start having your own team. So in my case, like, I now have a team. Like, I'm training my guys. They're like working under me. I know all the skills. I know how to do video editing. I know everything. But I'm not going to do anything now. I'm going to focus on one thing: how to leverage social media to get high net worth clients, and how to get the sales, how to get everything happen. This is only what I'll focus on. I'll focus on how to master the craft of influence building, how to master the craft of using the content which would make people want to come to you rather than you ever going to them. So I'm going to zoom in on this. And so I have my team now. And because I've started to get sales, I can now outsource people. I can outsource VA. I have that money to do that. And so now I'm scaling. I'm trying to scale, right? I'm still not going to run ads, but I'm going to hire people to do the other stuff for me so that I can focus on it. So that is how you begin. I started off as a solopreneur. You are all solopreneurs. So your first goal is to just get the sales first. When you start getting the sales, you have the money, then you can start recruiting people who would do the repetitive tasks. And then you focus more on sales, and you start getting more and more of sales. And once you see that the sales is coming, things are going well, then you can go into automation. Then you can start running ads. Then you can actually study a bit about running ads. But the thing is that, if you are good at attracting people with your content, you will be good in ads anyway, because you have already mastered the skill of writing good copy. So copywriting is a very fundamental skill, which, you cannot outsource that. If you hire a copywriter, they will charge you, recently I talked to this one guy, for 500 words, they charge $25. And if it's a high level copywriter, for 500 words, they would charge around 25,000 rupees. You can go into Fiverr, you can check that. That's the price. For every piece of content, if you hire a copywriter, you'll be done. So you need to master that skill yourself. So these are the essential elements which you need to know, like ability to write compelling copy, ability to communicate in a way that people would want to buy from you, ability to influence people, being the forefront of your company, being the face of your company. You are the one who has to attract clients. And then what happens inside that, you can recruit people and get them to do the stuff for you. But if you're a solopreneur, you will not have the team. So this is what you can do as a solopreneur. It's not, see, as a solopreneur, it's not possible for us to know every kind of system, do all the automation, and you set up the email autoresponder, set up ManyChat, autoresponder sequences. Like, it will blow your mind. Like, what are you going to focus on? Are you going to focus on building your email list? I mean, building your email sequence, or are you going to actually focus on helping people and getting the sales, right? So that's the thing. So I would just like to end this up by saying that your first focus should always be sales. That's what you should be focusing on. I see a lot of comments here. I will just read through them also. Your first focus should be getting the sales. That's the ultimate focus. Now, to get the sales, you have to know where you are at so that you can get the sales. And also one more thing, this is a very golden nugget which changed everything for me, was you need to have your numbers ready. You need to know that how many units of sales I need to have this month so that I can get this much. You need to have a target revenue plan. And that was something which I was missing a lot. I was not having the target revenue plan. And the good thing is that if you have a revenue plan and you say have a target, I need to sell this number of units, or this number of I need to get this number of consultation calls. I mean, this number of coaching, participants. If you have that, oftentimes it will overshoot that. Like, you will not only earn the minimum which you have targeted, you will earn way beyond that. And that's what exactly has happened to me. So that's essential. That's one golden nugget I want to add. So you need to have that thing as well. So, okay, now let's look at, if you want to do sales, if you want to start from that angle, like how can I get sales? every thought you put in your business should be reverse engineered so that it is all about getting the sales first. Because you want to expand your business, right? You don't want to just go and do a time pass. You want to expand your business. You want to create an impact out there. You want to make some difference, right, in people's lives. So you need to have that thing there, because if you don't grow, you will not reach to people. If you don't reach to people, you will not be able to do anything. So you're always think that the end goal is sales. What can I do to get sales with the minimum investment? And then get the money flowing in my business. Money is coming in now. Now I can hire more people and I can expand this, and then I can now go for automation. I can then go for other trainings where I will learn more about ads so that I can have an idea as a business owner, and then I can hire experts to run it for me so that when they run ads, I am not like, okay, you do, I don't know what you're doing, you just do it. Like, no, never get into that situation where you are fully trusting someone for your leads. You should know what is happening. You don't need to do it, but you should know it. But that there is a time and place for everything. Like right now, if you focus on that, you will not be able to do anything. So sales is the ultimate goal. If you reverse engineer it, there are only 3 stages to it: build, engage, and sell. Build, engage, and sell. These are the only 3 things you got to keep on doing every day. And to facilitate that process, you have to be really good in what you are at. And that is exactly what you want, right? So everything is fitting. You don't have to separately learn any tool. You don't have to separately be a master of ClickFunnels or master of Get Response or Aweber, or how do I do this, the sequencing, tagging, and you don't need that. You can even build a very simple funnel using a chatbot. Like I use a chatbot. In my case, I have a chatbot funnel, which I of course show in my inner circle. How can they use a chatbot to build a funnel? So I have, if I share the link with you, you can have a look as well. Okay. So a very simple thing. Your goal is to just go out there and get people in your world. Once they're in your world, because the biggest asset is not your system, it's not your product, it's the people you're working with. Your list is your biggest asset, because when you're in the times of crisis, your list will save you. Because if you have a good relationship with thousands of people in your list, right, and your business is falling, you're losing money, if you have a good relationship with them and you give them a good offer, out of the 1,000 people, even if 300 people buy, it will save you, right? So it's always the most important thing is nurturing your lead, because we are dealing with humans, we are dealing with emotions, we are not dealing with numbers. So it is very essential that you build the relationship. You need to have the ability to build the relationship, and that relationship can propel things forward to help them align to your ambition and build a win-win relationship, right? So that's the entire picture how it goes. So build, engage, and sell. Build, engage, and sell. These are the 3 things, and the foundation is being able to be very good at what you are and being able to express your knowledge, your understanding in a way which persuades and which inspires people to come into your world. That's it. If you can repeat this over and over again, over a few months or weeks, years, you start, everything will start coming in a way. And this is irrespective of what social platform you're using. Okay. So that's it from my side.